Okay, finally, oh my god, finally I finished the walkthrough video. I had to collect footage from all the members, and that takes time. Then watch all their clips, organize everything in sequential order, as well as choosing the best suitable POV of the right player at the right time. Next, watch everything over again, then write down the script, then record myself reading the script, and then cut that into the video. And finally, when all that's done, subtitles. But it's all worth it, I promise you that, ladies and gentlemen. This was a hell of a struggle for supremacy for OPS, and I think most people expected OPS and KSJV to be butting heads, but I don't think anybody expected it to be so close. So close. All was going well for OPS in the prelims, and then all of a sudden in the semifinals, we lost all three rounds to KSJV. Nonetheless, OPS, KSJV, TWAT, FGMT, we all made it to the finals. At the end of it, OPS and KSJV were battling for first and second. For the first of the 3 rounds, we actually took a penalty and tied. And for the second round, KSJV took the win with 3 players left on field. It was close. Man, going into the last 3rd round, OPS, we basically had our backs against the wall. Even if we flag hanged, we could only afford to lose 1 player. So what happened? Yo, stay tuned, man, stay tuned. You won't be disappointed. It was hell of a fight. Also, please keep an eye on your right-hand corner right here. I will show you which OPS member's perspective you'll be looking at. Going into the tourney, OPS was running a 7-man wrecking crew. To keep things flowing though, to make sure we had the right matchup, we put together a roster for each matchup. Originally, OPS had the OGs, me, Emman, Harry, and Oreo. Sunny was filling in for the last Bunker King, so we were short 1 man. So we decided to recruit Jason ARG. Now me and him were originally from the same Milsim CQB squad BADS, and he is also a Milsim content creator, or was. Anyways, I thought this was a good opportunity for him to try out the sport. Jason felt more comfortable running his GBB. Given his skill and experience, we agreed that it should be alright. But GBB is extremely disadvantageous in a competitive environment such as this. A game doesn't last more than 30 seconds, so think about how much time is wasted when you are reloading. And how much volume of BBs you can put down range during those precious seconds reloading. So this is something that I wouldn't recommend. We also got Sushi. Man, the dude's got like the coolest job in the world. I'll put his IG in the description below, go check it out. It was Sushi who ran as a supplemental front because we realized having only Emman as the front for the team wasn't enough. And you know, having a well-versed player like this is extremely important because they can fill in multiple roles as the need arises. Now, it was at the second practice session that we saw Mori, OPS's aggressive back. He actually has stayed in Japan. He played at Black Fox. He's extremely athletic. He actually travels from the south of Taiwan to Taipei to play rugby and then airsoft. Black Fox is a well-known indoor CQB field in Japan. Their owner, through Flipsoft, was the one that imported SpeedQB into Japan, I believe, if my sources are correct. They hosted the last SpeedQB Japan tourney, as well as previous ones. They also have a team of which they flew out to Cali and played with the SYG boys a few years back. So if you haven't followed their IG, definitely go do that right now.
And now back to your regularly scheduled program.
Mori is a big-ass dude, man, but he has the agility and stamina to match it, and it really shows, so keep your eye on him. The points might not add up after a round. The refs that day were pretty vigilant, and penalties were definitely handed out. Each penalty usually costs 25 points. If you're not sure how the point system goes, feel free to check out my previous video talking about the points on the topic. Alright, here. I will put in the penalty deductions for the ones I am aware of for OPS. Just a quick heads up, I will be commentating and elaborating between and during footages. So I apologize in advance for the inconvenience, but enjoy. I forgot to put battery in my fucking red dot. It should be okay.
That's not good.
So against SWT, you can see I'm playing as a mid and Sushi as the front. So you see me shoot and Sushi had to duck down to run in front of me. That was a miscommunication. Try to prevent that before break and figure out who's going where and choose the right spot to stand on at the breakout wall so your paths don't cross. So here, this is good timing for SWT to rush right after Harry was knocked out. What he could have done is to rush to the end of the snake, then stop and peek. At that angle, he could have taken out Jason. People, including me, often forget and tends to go for that wide flank and try to wipe out the whole team. But you're putting yourself at risk, being completely exposed like that.
1D, 1D, 1D!
Jason taking that snake player out drew my attention to that side, and that's when I saw the torchlight from the next SWT player trying to rush. The last player tried to rush, but Mori was still holding down the flank, so he was taken out, and that ends round 1. Notice how Jason as a southpaw moves to the left flank before pushing up. That is very important and very fundamental. You want to keep one side of you secure, at least when you're pushing up, so try to push up on either left or the right flank.
4，对对对，
所以我们是几分
你们是75，75
？75分。
The SWT flagger gets taken out as he rushed. The white beanie is kind of obvious. As Sushi rushes the snake, Mori covered him. I'm not sure who took the SWT player out.
Sushi out!
Over here you can see Harry actually trying to shoot through the holes on the side of the cover.
Where they at?
Mori as a back knows when to rush. It's all about the timing.
Clear! Global!
OPS 100分，SWT 10分。
爱心，我们一起比爱心。比爱心。不，哎，shit。
Man, Oreo's gun sounds so crisp. And you can see here, Emman didn't take the flag right away and is waiting for an ambush. So you see me trying to creep here, I got that angle on somebody, but I got hit in the head. Ghost actually takes out Sushi, then Jason, and finally traded with Emman, leaving Oreo left on the field.
That's fine.
And it actually took him a while to locate the drop flag.
Magazine?
And remember, don't waste too much of your time looking for the flag because there is a time limit of 3 minutes.
OPS 的100分
OK，
然后 FGNT 的20分
OK。
This is a Chucky production.
Since both me and Emman are running as fronts, he can go for the flag and I can flank the snake side.
Two D, one in the big five, 3D, whoop, global, whoop.
The first few FGMT players were taken out quite successfully, so we went for a push. Me and Emman both got taken out by FGMT Stitch, and we made it easy for him as both me and Emman were aligned to where Stitch was looking at. So basically he just took both of us out. Jason came up behind, took FGMT's Chi out. Props to Stitch though, readjusting his position when he saw Jason coming. Personally, I would have shot from a low angle rather than jumping. Jason and Stitch traded, but Sushi was pushing up on the right as well at this point. Again, I gotta stress, KSJV, look at their new jersey, man. The uniform looks so good. Fire.
Boo! Ah，那边。喂。嘿。
Round 1, OPS got clean off the field quite quick. I was the first to go after I hit the snake.
Go!
Jason was the last one left and he gets taken out too. Round 2, I switched to my ARP and ran as a mid.
Sorry.
Harry just went kamikaze through the right flank and takes out 2 players before being taken out by Vitas. Then Emman, going for Puppy, went through the same lane as Harry and Oreo right after Emman. So OPS lost 3 players going through the same lane, taken out by the same player. This is something that can be remedied with good communication. Jason pushed up methodically here, very tactical, and takes out Vitas.
Clutch, 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 clutch. Nice.
So it's his first time joining SpeedQB or competitive play. So he sort of panicked a bit because he's the only one left on the field and he didn't know what to do. There are definitely skills that transfers from SpeedQB to Milsim or from Milsim to SpeedQB, especially for someone like Jason who trains so hard.
Oh, you guys win. No 12.
So for this tournament, some of the TWAT players merged with some of the Black Ops players, if you remember from the previous Bunker Kings. The X, like the snake, requires its own unique way of playing since the space is very tight, and many players soon realize that the X player either trades with its mirror or gets taken out pretty early on. You can also hear one of the ref calling out a player on the opposing team. One of the players on TWAT actually ends up being DQ later on. OPS also had its share of penalty calls, but that's the point of the judges, the refs I mean, to monitor and to enforce games to ensure its integrity. Oreo, Harry, and Jason all pushed up, and not at once, but in sequence, and this is a perfect rush in my opinion, so you don't want to rush all at the same time, but in layers, right?
Wait, am I still recording?
Huh? Yeah, you're recording.
Yeah, you're on.
Off the break, you can see Harry rushes left, but he's staying a good meter or so from the cover. I wouldn't really advise that. Same reason as stacking up behind the same cover, because in the competitive layout, the cover is real tight, like the corner is real straight. There are too many angles you could get hit from, so staying as close to the cover as possible would be more ideal, but it's up to you and up to the players at that moment to make that call. Over here, you actually see Oreo being aggressive and pushing up before Mori on the right, while Harry sees Oreo's mirror and calls out. That's a good job, man. We OPS need more communication on field for sure.
Oh shit! Oh hit! Oh!
Soon, Harry and Jason gets taken out and our left is exposed. Perfect timing, as that was the very moment Oreo started having gun problems. I love how he's just chilling and laughing at the situation. Mori solos the flag hang, and now I'm not sure if Oreo realized the other team had been wiped, but if you find yourself in this situation and you aren't sure if there's still enemy players on field, you need to stay and play and try to find ways to contribute even if your gun has malfunctioned. You can use a torch to distract or communicate with teammates and find ways to help out, whatever. Keep in mind that the game is still on, basically. The last thing you want is to tap yourself out prematurely.
So OP. Next time I'll bring my flashlight.
You still got me, no?
Yeah.
I think we had a discussion and realized we needed to change our game plan, as having emman run the X and get traded early on is a huge waste of firepower. And here you'll see Mori slide for the first time, maybe the only time, on his ass. Definitely look a little goofy, but he didn't have knee pads. By sliding in that manner, he can minimize his silhouette even more while maintaining momentum and keeping a relative stable shooting platform.
Wide triangle, right triangle, right triangle! Oh my god.
Da-da-da-da-da. Da-da-da-da-da.
Emman rushes the X, his Merrick is taken out. But the ref deemed that Emman was out as well, so they were yelling at him in Chinese. He didn't hear, and even if he did, he wouldn't be able to understand, so he carried the flag a bit of a distance before realizing what was happening and drops the flag. But we actually get 2 penalties for that. One for not calling the hit, and the other for carrying the flag too far.
Middle triangle, middle!
So here's interesting, NKVS Snake player is actually already pretty far up toward our home and takes out Harry and Sushi. But at this point, Mori had pushed up on the right, took the flag and flag hang. So we actually got that extra 15 points because they still had a player left on field when we flag hang.
他没有喊 out， 对，这个他一开始没有喊 out 的情况，他死掉又把旗子移动超过1.5公尺，所以这是2个25分，一个是被打到没有喊 out， 另外一个是 out 之后，然后又拿着旗子走掉，草。
8号，
So it was here when the refs deemed Emman hit, but they were yelling in Chinese, and in the heat of battle it can be hard to comprehend, so Emman carried the flag a good distance before dropping. So we got penalized for no hit call in carrying the flag. I think there are a couple solutions we can consider to remedy these technical difficulties, such as yelling out in both Chinese and English, and utilizing flag throwing, like the NFL, to assist players with visual reference when they are being called upon. Alright, so finally, the preliminaries are done and the teams with the top 4 highest score gets to advance. And the score sheet is here, you can see. Team with the 4th highest score is FGMT with 470 points. Then TWAT with 560. Second is KSJV with 700 points. And first is your beloved OPS with 825 points. Keep in mind though that these points are wiped for these teams and they get a fresh start and a second chance to duke it out. Kinda sucks if you're leading in points in the prelim, but this system was conceived so a few of the teams in the top 4 prelims get a renewed opportunity to grab that throne. This point system was inherited from the first Bunker Kings. So in actuality, during the prelim, you just have to make sure your team's total score are somewhere in the top 4, then you're good, right? The real battle starts in the semifinals. Okay, that's about it. Now I will upload a uncommented pure gameplay of the tournament in a few days, and then the semifinals and finals will come out in part 2 a week after that. So I'll see you guys then. Peace.